Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
You know what? I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing right now. God. Can I say Merry Christmas to everybody? Well,
Merry Chrysler.
More like Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Say Yatin, for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Lord. Normally at this time I say we are live here, you know. This is Anime Jam Session, episode number 529, the 2021 Christmas special. And as you can see,
Koibug broken.
Yes, there's already been some adult beveraging that's been happening already, you know. Yeah. A chant in the channel, huh? Well, Wild Spice, tell me about that later. I'm always looking to make things better. I think we can do that. Oh, buddy.
Wait, we're being told that somebody is echoing badly.
Hear me?
Nope. Fixed.
We all good now?
Yes. As I've explained before, everybody's Skype has their own volume. When I reset everything, I forgot to mute Ichigo. So now everything goes through the main audio output. So it should be fine now. There we go. See? Problem solved.
Yum.
It was like the problems we had a couple of years back with the mixer. Come to realize that Windows updated the audio driver, screwing everything up. But, you know, it is what it is. So, you know, how is everybody doing tonight?
I'm fucking fantastic. I'm eating pizza. And I continue my tradition of breaking all the things.
I'm okay. I had a chocolate bacon donut today, and it was delicious.
Yum.
I found all the Christmas goodies at Aldi, and all is right with the world.
Woohoo!
Well, good for you. So for those of you who don't know, this is Anime Jam Session. We are that podcast that talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
I am the person that has, pushed through the hype train.
And I appreciate
I'm the fat kid.
Oh,
and
God.
I am a Christmas potato.
Oh, good
potato!
Lord. And thank you all for the hype train. That awesomely kind of drunkard hype train. It's greatly appreciated. Woot woot. Oh,
Toot toot.
Man. Oh, man.
Wait, proper toot toot.
Oh, my God. Oh, good Lord. See, I knew something was up because now Stream Elements is telling me that we're live because it didn't pop up before and I didn't even think about that. So, yes, we do need sub emotes. And holy shit, Cianabiri. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you so much for all of the hype train awesomeness and the subs. We appreciate it.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Wow. Thank you.
Happy holidays.
This has started to make my day a little bit better. So, Whew, we have a great family here at Anime Jam Session. The classroom is full of awesome people. So I love it and I appreciate that. So before we continue, I'm not sure if I've asked this because I don't remember. How is everybody doing tonight?
I am okay.
I'm home.
Tired.
I'm very tired.
I'm home, so I'm happy.
There you go. See, the Beer says this day is shit, so you might as well brighten up someone else's day. You brighten up a lot of people's days here, and we hope like the next hour or two brightens up your day, because we're going to eventually derail, you know. Basically, you know, we're partying, we're on cold meds. When everything starts turning like looking like anime, then that means the show's over.
My life's an anime. A really shitty one.
Look, when I hear about shit that goes on in the cosplay community, I'm like, yep, my life is definitely an anime. Because the shit that I have seen and probably have done would not happen in the real world. It would not fly.
Oh no, my life is just so fucking weird anymore. No. That was the thing. My boss told me the other day I need to live in a bubble.
I kind of feel
Quay's life is an anime.
Have you seen The Incredibles 2? I feel like Mr. Incredible working in the office, you know, as an accountant or whatever. That's how I feel like, you know, it's like that.
I don't even know what mine would be. Other than me just wanting to murder everyone.
Hey, Mako, isn't there a murdering anime out there?
There are a lot of murdering anime out there.
I am all of them in one.
I would have to say Ichigo, her life as an anime be along the lines of Haruhi Suzumiya.
That it changes, and then sometimes there's violence, and then sometimes there's not violence.
And
it's repeated
8 times.
Occasionally.
And it gets repeated 8 times, and then we're ready to kill someone.
And then there might be robots, but there might not be robots. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah.
That sounds good. That's a good one. Would watch.
Well, Mako would be Azumanga Daioh right off the bat.
Excuse me.
My life would be Azumanga Daioh? What the hell?
I just throw it out there because you're just like Sakaki-san.
Yeah, that is true. I probably would be Sakaki-san.
See?
I like all the kitties, but all the kitties hurt me.
Story.
You think?
My life.
Anywho, we are live tonight, week of December 21st, 2021, right here on Twitch TV. We're here live Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. But as for tonight, I cannot guarantee that. And also, like I said, this is our Christmas special. This is our last show of the year before we go on a 3-week hiatus where I will break the layout and rebuild everything. And then Ichigo is going to get random messages from me at all hours of the night like, why does this happen when I do this? Why does that happen when I do that? And then she's going to be like, why are you asking?
Right. The next time we go live, I'll be in my new place.
That is true.
Oh my gosh, yay! I'm so excited for you to get a nice, warm, new home.
I'm so happy because this place is shit.
And there's probably going to be a drinking glass on the stream, and she's probably going to be dressed like, what's her name from Will and Grace?
I will not be dressed like Karen. Although she is my drinking self sometimes.
She's just spirit human, be real.
She's my spirit drunk.
That's not a bad thing. Not bad.
Ooh, low. So, you can catch us here at Twitch TV /Anime Jam Session. We're also part of the Voice of Geeks Network at VogNetwork.com. You can find them at Twitch TV /Vog Network. They kick things off Sundays at 8 p.m. with the Bobby Blackwolf Show, followed by Orange Lounge Radio at 9. And follow us on Discord at VogNetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's a part of the Voice of Geeks Network has a channel, so come through and hang out with us. And the pool is closed, but I believe the hot tub is open, so woot, woot. We got ourselves a level 2 hype train emote. That's what I'm talking about.
Nice. Sorry, my mouth is full.
Choo choo.
Well, I'll tell you this. The pizza you had was sure as hell better than the pizza that I had last night.
You want to know where I got my pizza?
Where?
Pizza Hut.
There is only
That's perfectly okay.
There is only one Pizza Hut like in New York City, and it's all the way up in Queens. And it's
That's just weird.
I know. It's almost like how there used to be only one Arby's, and it's a half hour from Chrissy's house, and she would complain.
Really?
Yeah, that used to be the only Arby's in New York City, and it's a half hour. It's like no, it's 10 minutes walking from her house.
Honestly, Pizza Hut's crust is one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
I can't eat gluten anymore, but like back when I used to get those reading, does anybody remember those reading tickets that you get during the summertime where they're like, read a book,
The
get a
Book It
personal
Reading
pan
Club.
pizza. And
Yes.
I was like, hell yeah.
Yes.
Read all the books.
The Book It Reading Club. I was a fiend on that. I think they still do that.
I think they still do too. I think I remember seeing it recently with like a student's like projects or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, and yeah, because I'll talk about them during my weekend day. But anywho, if you notice on the other side of the screen, there's no rundown because we're just free flowing this shit tonight. So we're just going to talk, just have a good time. Talk about some Christmas stuff, get shit off our chest, just say it, give the middle fingers to 2021, and then we're going to poke the door that is 2022 and be like, you're going to behave, right? I saw this meme earlier. It's a bunch of people around the corner, and one of them's holding a broom the other way, pushing the door that says 2022, and it's open just a crack.
Yeah, I'm good with 2021 being over.
I think we all are. So, anywho, Koi, how was your week? How was your day? How was your year? Do you need
I feel better.
Do you need a refill?
I always need a refill. My husband will bring it up shortly. So day stressful and then not so stressful because at oh yes, table service. Thank you.
Heyo!
I had a class end today, but it was only 5 people. Got it taken care of, and then promptly was at 5:15 going, I'm done sending letters of hires to people. I'm going home. Fuck this shit.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
And then a week has been extremely stressful because I have done nothing but work. We absorbed another company for a very large, well, I can talk about it now. So you're no longer on an NDA. Yeah. We took over all of Denver City and County's buildings for security purposes, which was a very large $10 million contract.
Ka-ching.
So we secured it as of last night, and I got another. That was a good one. Dang, guys. We got it all secured, and now we're transferring all of HSS, Advantage, and G4S employees that were working City and County Denver over to us. So I've been stressed a wee bit because that. And then for the year, well, this year can suck a giant dick.
Yes, it can.
For those that don't know, my mom passed away in November from her very long battle with cancer. So that's been a thing.
Look, I'll say this now. I'll take a drink in your mom's name, but she went down fighting. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, she did.
She went down fighting. Shit, Rocky ain't got shit on her.
Well, and Adams met my mom. She was at my wedding and everything. So yeah, she tough lady. She's tough old bra. We loved her. But yeah, she passed away, and now I'm dealing with getting everything figured out. So make sure when your parents are at that age, they fucking do all their goddamn paperwork.
And as Bob Coffey says, fuck cancer and sorry for your loss, Koibug.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks. So yeah, it's been a thing. It's been a thing. But yeah, it's been just crazy. A lot of craziness. A few vacations. Not much though. Oh, my in-laws are in town tomorrow, which I'm excited for because, yeah, pizza. Fucking yeah, pizza. So you reminded me I still got some pizza to eat. So.
At least you're one of those couples where, you know, the in-laws come over. You're not like, fuck, you know?
I love our in-laws.
There you go.
Well, I love my in-laws. Squeak probably hates my dad, but that's okay. We don't blame him. My dad's kind of a dick. I just got pizza grease all over my Fitbit.
Whoops.
Whoops.
And Ari says, I want to drink out of the drinking horn that he got. And Mako-chan is telling him to do it. So, yeah. And Starlit Creation says, my mother-in-law sucks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
she do. Yeah, she do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just so you know, I'd hit your mother-in-law with this Sailor Venus beer stein, except for the fact that I actually love my Sailor Venus beer stein. But there is a bag of coal right outside that I could use as just as effective. Yes, we know.
Here's what we think is Steph's mom. I'm so glad they gave me that. Mistakes were made.
Oh, God.
Glasser was something else. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it gets hit with the fart sound and then...
Ching! Fuck yeah. I gotta tell Squeak I need a refill.
Oh boy, table service coming up. Mako-chan, how was your week? How was your day?
Yeah, so since the last time I was on, I got a closing for my house. So yeah, now I'm basically just stressing to finish packing so I can GTFO this fucking apartment.
Yeah.
Well, in regards to you getting the house, congratulations.
Thank you. But yeah, so that's basically it, is just going crazy trying to pack and get things together, and yeah, it's absolutely crazy at this point.
Yeah.
When do you move?
Oh, and the holidays, and I haven't even finished getting gifts for everybody.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Ari, the actual move is Sunday the 2nd. I do not have a time yet. I have to figure out when I have the truck for.
That makes sense.
I know that my mother ended up getting the truck. I just don't know if she has to go pick it up, at which point it'll probably be like 10 or 11, or because of the holiday, if she's already going to have it, at which point it'll probably be like 9. So I will talk to her and find out.
I offer to come move you if I live closer.
I would enjoy that help, but I think you can stay home for this one.
Okay.
As long as I don't have to touch a fridge, I'm okay with this.
You do not have to touch a fridge. You do not have to worry. The fridges are staying where they are.
Fuck this fridge.
Yeah, the only thing, I mean, basically it's my living room, some of the stuff in there, my bedroom stuff, and some of the stuff in my cousin's room, because she left her bed, so that is, yes, Starlet, all of the Paradots, because my computer is named Peridot, so I had to put Perry on my computer.
Yep.
But yeah, so I already have the bed and everything for the guest bedroom, which will also be / my office. I don't have that mug available, Ari, right now. It's actually in the living room. So yeah, I can't go get it right now. But I will show it off when we are next on stream, because I will probably be drinking from it.
That's correct.
Now the $1 million question is, will it be a dry drink or not?
Considering because I'm moving, I'm gonna have to be getting up even earlier. Yes. Yeah, my commute is going from 35 minutes to an hour and 5 minutes, an hour and 10 minutes. Yeah. I
so feel your pain. I truly
the next step is me looking for a job that's closer to home.
I feel your pain.
Not that they know that yet, but yeah, that's my next thing.
I so feel your pain on that. I truly do.
But your commute. Your
So I
commute,
get it.
Ranma, is on a train, so you can sleep if you want to, or read, or
Yeah,
play
but
games. My commute is on a traffic-filled parkway, and the worse, the closer to summer it gets, the worse the traffic gets, because I will be now living south of the Jersey Shore, where my work is north of the Jersey Shore. So once it gets hot out and everybody starts going, oh, let's go to the beach, I get to drive in all that traffic back and forth to work. So yeah.
Well, you know, I get what you're saying, but when you fall asleep and realize there's a homeless person next to you, spanking it, and you have another 5 stops to go, it makes you think otherwise. I'm not saying that has happened to me, but I can say, while waiting for said train, one car was totally empty. The door is open. There's a homeless guy standing there with the schlong out.
You just wanted to share with the world, okay?
Yeah, but
see, that's when I would have pointed and laughed.
I mean, as you
and
should.
That crazy homeless person probably would have chased you with a knife.
Well, that's okay, because I have my own.
Oh boy.
Knife fight!
And as Ranma 421 says, when I moved, I went from a 16-minute 7-mile ride to an hour 60-mile drive. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not fun. So I'm going to actually get some books on tape and stuff, because since my commute will be longer, I will have longer to actually just sit and listen to shit. So that is what I'm going to do now.
Makes sense. Maybe you should get one of those language tapes so you can learn Italian, so you can read those books I got you.
No.
God.
No.
No, that's not something that you can just listen to, at least not me. So that's the kind of crap why I failed Italian, well, almost failed Italian when I took it in college. The only reason why I passed is because I basically wrote everything on my desk before the tests.
See, that just means you're smart.
No. What she needs,
it's not
what she needs is a Freddy Fazbear 5 Nights at Freddy's experience with the Duolingo owl.
Oh, yes, yes.
That's just terrible.
I don't know. That seems entertaining to me.
That was delicious.
The Duolingo owl is a horror icon. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, that seems entertaining.
I have no
me.
argument.
Ichigo, how was your week? How was your day? How have you been?
Well, yeah, it's been a while. For anybody who has been keeping track, I have not. So you can update me. But yeah, welcome back, me. Welcome back, everybody else in chat. And again, thank you for the hype train and everything, guys. It's awesome. But yeah, it's been kind of busy. I obviously have been dealing with different things going on. So in the last few months, my graphics card decided to artifact on me, and I had to send in the computer that I'm using for most of my heavy lifting twice, and this is out to California, where it is a bit of and it's holiday time, and I feel bad for like shipping a fragile computer, much like a lamp leg, across the United States. But I missed you guys too. And unfortunately, with my illness getting worse, and it's been like a pile-on situation, and so I've been just dealing with all those things, and got accepted to Katsucon for the fashion show and for my panel. So I'm getting ramped up for those things. It is chaos, but it's good chaos. And so been doing that, and I, being an immunosuppressed little bee, unfortunately have not really left my house in a long time. So I've been a hermit.
You know what?
I'm not like
it's
Master Roshi level yet, but like pretty darn close.
I could
You're
I could just picture it. Somebody comes up to Ichigo's house with her delivery, and there's a knock at the door, and then from the basement, like the curtains pop open, and you see like these two eyes pop out, and she's trying to figure out who that is, and you hear, "Just leave it on the porch." And you're like, wait, what?
No, I wouldn't be surprised if some of my neighbors think that I'm like some sort of like Kijo or like slip-mouth woman. I just peek out my door and I'm like, "Hello, dearie," and then I just like bring my boxes into my house. Or in a lot of manga where like there's this soft kind of shy character and it's just darkness. And they're perceived as like horror because they just have like a black aura, and they are just like the nicest beans. But their aura is terrifying. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what I am. But Bernadette, okay, I feel like I've heard that before. I actually did a Fire Emblem costume. I haven't done one in a long time, but I am doing okay. So I am getting back into cosplay, hopefully this year.
Hooray!
I'll be making macrophage to go with a lovely little red blood cell who's hyping in chat, and then and it's really funny because Wild Spice and I are gonna be you're returning? Yeah, we're returning as judges to SenkaiCon. So definitely for any lovely cosplayers out there who want to strut your stuff, definitely come check us out. I'll judge you harshly. Yay!
No, Ichigo. No. If you're going to judge them harshly, you need to pull out like your top maid or Lolita outfit, the one when you put it on, people are just like. They stop and they see you walking down the hall. It's like the hallway spreads like the Red Sea. You have to wear that one outfit. That you put it on. Everybody, it's just like respect plus 100.
Like the really stern maid that like measures your hem length or like turns your seams inside out. No, I don't want to be scary. I try to be approachable when I'm a judge.
No, but still.
But yeah, so I'll be returning for that. But I'll be working on Macrophage. I'm working on Hyperdimensional Neptunia, and I am working on Cinderella from the Sakizo collection of princesses.
Nice.
I've actually been working with a client teaching corsetry and lingerie, and so they're doing the undergarment version, and they had the book, the collection of art, and I was like, oh my gosh, Cinderella dress, it's purple, obviously, like, how could I not? So I finished the corset already, and now I've been working on the chemise and everything like that. But the corset is definitely not the right one for the style of dress. But it's art and cosplay, and so I've been slowly but surely getting back into it. But yeah, so that's kind of where we are right now. The collection coming up is going to be called The Hungry Ghost, and it is based on traditional Japanese myth and folklore mixed a little bit with American cryptids and kaiju. So for this show, I'm going to have a Kappa inspired look, a Tengu inspired look, Kuchisake Onna inspired look, and a Kitsune inspired look. So I'm excited about it. And it's going to be an ongoing project. So I'm excited to get back into sewing and presenting and doing fashion show stuff. And then for Katsukon's panel, I'll be doing creepy or cute your everyday makeup for alternative fashion. So if anybody's interested in that kind of stuff, I hope to have all that ready for Katsukon. We'll see what happens.
Sounds good.
You're being more productive than me when it comes to cosplay. I'm still working on the same dress for like 2 years now. Excuse me.
Well, it also is it is my job. Like I am at home all day, every day. So it is
fair. It's fair.
It is what I do. But I'm hoping to get more I guess content creation going in the near future. We'll see how it falls.
I know how that goes. I get that.
You see, Koi, here's the thing. Just because you've been working on your cosplay for 2 years, that's not that big deal, because you know why? Like, you, me, Ichigo, Mako, and maybe 15% of cosplayers out there, we actually have what's called a real job that pays the bills and everything else. And when those are done, that's when we can do the hobby of cosplaying, you know?
It's true.
That's
well,
what it
and
is.
then motivation, man, it goes when shit happens.
Yeah.
I will not lie. These last 2 years have been like nothing for my motivation. For any of my fellow spoonies in chat, which I know we have them, it's really hard not only to overcome your own like neurodiversity, but also like your physical ability and like your spoons. I have no spoons, only forks and only knives, only forks and knives left. And so it can be really hard, especially I know for just everyone now. It has been has been a fortnight.
That's why I teach in my class that like we deal with a lot of homeless people and just interactions with other officers, client personnel, and I'm explaining to them, you have to realize the last few years, everybody has gone through some shit. I don't care where you're from, everybody has gone through some shit. So it's one of those, I like to sit there and make everybody think about it and realize that at the end of the day, no one can judge anyone else based off of their whatever they've gone through over the last few years, because it's all been different experiences, varying from not so bad to what the fuck.
No, I get that, because I think a few years back, I just stopped editing photos. I kind of hit the wall. I'm like, I can't do this. Yes, I still went to cons and took pictures, but I'm just like, I just can't.
Yeah, and
that's
like with me. I've fallen back on doing a lot of stuff, and I know that, and it surprises people. And I'm sitting there going, guys, you have to realize, part of my motivation was my mom, and she's not there, so I have to deal with that. And I got diagnosed with depression, so now I'm taking care of that situation. Which, holy crap, I didn't know antidepressants also help with ADHD, which is fucking fantastic. So.
Well, I'm actually glad to hear that, because here on this show, every party that's a part of this show got some type of mental issue one way or another, and we talk about it because we normalize that shit here, okay? So
yeah, it was really hard for me to actually, like, right before, so when Mom went into hospice, I had gone in because I was having issues with my feet again, and I was very, very upfront with my doctor and stated that I was having these really horrific nightmares, so I was refusing to sleep. And he's all, well, you can't be doing that. And I said, yeah, but I don't want to dream about this stuff because I'm having very, very nasty, like everybody gets cancer and is dying around me nightmares, to the point that I don't want to sleep, because if I have them, they're so graphic, I remember them. Which, joys of night terrors as a kid, it comes back at the worst times. So he was like, I'm going to put you on Lexapro, which is a low dose, non-addictive form of antidepressant. And he goes, if you only need it for 30 days, take it for 30 days. If you need it longer than that, keep taking it. He's all, but what you're describing to me is depression. He's all, I'm not going to tell you to go see a psychologist unless you want to or anything like that, but try this and see what you think. Holy crap, life-changing.
That's good.
Like, I still occasionally have dreams, but not the graphic nightmares anymore. Because I was having some really, really bad ones. Like watching my mom die again and then seeing her in a crematorium burning. Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah. When I tell people I have very graphic nightmares, I have very graphic nightmares. So with that set off anxiety. I had a bunch of other stuff happen at work that, like, I had one of my best friends, her father passed away on Thanksgiving, so I was helping her with the whole thing. Same thing, cancer. I ended up finding out that I witnessed an event at work, an accident, and it was one of our guards, and he passed away from it. So it's just like shit stack on top of shit stack.
Yeah, the holidays
No,
just
I get-
decided
yeah.
to pile it on this year.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
that's why I tell people I'm actually really glad that I listened to advice and got medicated, because I don't think I would have been able to handle it without it, to be perfectly honest.
You know, and I get that, because I kind of see myself. Well, before we get into my weekend day, you know, I'm just saying.
Sorry, Ranma.
No, it's good. No, it's quite all right. I mean, I get and I understand this because I've always seen myself like on the other side of things. Like I know what is wrong with me, and I just deal with it. I'll kick a rock. I'll
Right.
play a
I
video
was the same
game.
way.
I am liable to flip out on somebody, and y'all know I can have a really nasty temper, which has not reared its ugly head in God knows how long. You know, I won't say I consider myself lucky, but more like thankful, because I can say, you know, being in therapy for almost, I think, a year and a half now, I have seen a change in myself. You know, I'm just like, I'm kind of at that point where, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
This is the situation. Just got to learn to deal with it and figure a solution without losing my proverbial shit over it, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I will say my weekend day has been interesting. We got out of work early, and I said that Friday, I'm going to go get some ramen. But I did not, because since there's only like 10 people in the office, they were like, well, you can order from Chick-fil-A or you can order from Sweet Green. And Sweet Green is like this healthy, sort of not fast food, but it's a healthy place.
It's like the salad of Chipotle. It's like
Yeah.
the Chipotle salad.
Yes.
It's like if Chipotle sold salads. So
Basically.
it just gives you. They look so delicious.
Yes.
I've never been to one, but I've always wanted to go.
And there's a bunch of them like that here, like Fresh & Co. and a bunch of others. And I'm like, well, I've had Chick-fil-A before. I understand the drama behind Chick-fil-A. And I'm trying to kind of bring this down some. So I'm like, I'll have the salad. And I end up getting like the taco salad, the fish taco salad, which was quite good. I have a thing for salmon. So, you know, that's all said and done with. Let me tell y'all a story. So I have mentioned from time to time, I got that one coworker that gets on my last nerve, and we all have that one coworker. So what happens is one day a week we cover somebody else's desk because that person's working from home. Now, I didn't have to cover his desk, but I thought I did. So I'm on the 9th floor, and I grab my mouse and my keyboard because I got a wireless mechanical keyboard and mouse because it was dirt cheap. You know, I grabbed that. I grabbed my tumbler, you know, my Yohane tumbler that I got for Christmas, and I start going down the stairs. They're stairs within the floors. So I hear somebody calling my name. Now, mind you, I'm still bundled up. I just walked in. My headphones are still on and everything. I'm just saying, you would think that if you see somebody with headphones, you just be like, wave at them or just like nod your head at them or something like that, you know? And as I'm going down the stairs, I hear my name get louder and louder and more annoying. I wanted to stop and turn around and shout, what the do you want? You know, I just wanted to. But I just stopped and turned around and I just gave this look and I pulled the headphones off. I'm like, yeah? And then she says, good morning to me. And I just look at her like, if today wasn't your last day. And then she goes on to remind me that today is her last day and this. I'm just like, I've known this for a couple of weeks. Please don't. But that's already said and done. That's done. I also want to say that everybody's Christmas gifts that were supposed to be mailed have been mailed out and have been delivered before Christmas. Because y'all remember last year I talked about I mailed out gifts, and I sent a gift to my friend in Jersey. It ended up in Vegas, then back to Jersey. Okay. This year, what was funny was I had 2 gifts I mailed out to Jersey, Central and South Jersey.
Ouch.
The gift to South Jersey got there before the gift to Central Jersey. I'm just like, how
What the hell?
Exactly.
That's so weird.
I know, it's just chaotic. And then today, I get hit with another 30-day ban from Facebook, so thank you again,
I saw
Facebook.
that.
Damn Hufflepuffs.
I know.
It was funny though.
I will have to say,
As a Slytherin, I found it hilarious.
I shouldn't be laughing so much about it because I feel bad. Sometimes your bans are just stupid.
I know. Look, I just want to say, I got really pissed at people that were laughing. I'm just like, this shit's not funny. And I just have to think, I have to stop myself and realize they were laughing about how it happened, not at me. And to be perfectly honest, I was trying not to get hit with a ban before the end of the year. I was trying. I didn't think jokingly saying that Hufflepuffs are paste eaters would get me 30 days in Facebook State Penitentiary.
But here we are.
Yes.
Damn you, Hufflepuffs.
I know.
But like, aren't there so many comics that say that?
Yeah.
But there's a difference. In the comic, it's an image. The bots and stuff can't analyze the words in an image.
Facebook, you fail book.
And as Wildspy says, I am a Hufflepuff. And as your father, who is a Slytherin, you disappoint the family. But I still love you.
No, Hufflepuff are sweet little beings.
But I still love my kiddo.
See, what happens is that Slytherins and Hufflepuffs team up.
Here we go.
Because you have to have an emotional support Hufflepuff when you're a Slytherin. You have to.
Sort of like how every American has an emotional support Canadian.
Pretty much.
Makes sense.
I don't even know what house I'd be.
I think if Koi wore the sorting hat would just fall apart.
Probably.
Yeah.
It'd be like this bitch. I'd be like, sorry, I do that.
And then so I'm also working from home for the next 2 weeks. So, we've all done it. When you're working from home, you turn the TV on to have something on to watch until like a call or a ticket comes in. So I'm like, work laptop setup. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go on to Netflix. I'm going to find a couple of Christmas movies to watch to have in the background while I work. As soon as I turn on Netflix, now available, Knight Rider. So I'm like, God damn it, my childhood.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Knight Rider dropped. Knight Rider dropped too.
The which one?
The remake Knight Rider dropped too. That's on there too.
I will deal with that later. I liked the remake, but I enjoyed the original a lot more. And seeing the original Knight Rider in high definition SD in 4K, campy as it was, warmed my heart. It was just funny. Plus, knowing that Kit is Mr. Feeney being snarky at Michael Knight just made my day. Okay.
Yeah, we've been watching a lot of series. A lot of series. We got Wheel of Time. We got Hawkeye. And soon, Witcher. And then we finished Flint Town.
I'm so far behind, I haven't even watched Loki yet.
Honey.
I know. Once I move, I will have time to just sit down and marathon all the things.
You realize Mako's going to be sitting there in front of her 55-inch TV with a big old bowl tub of popcorn and a nice tall glass of tea.
Mhm.
Oh no, if I'm gonna watch Loki, I'm gonna have mead.
Okay.
As you should.
Hey, I was gonna say yes. Oh God,
Yes.
nah.
If
And
I'm
I-
gonna
Yeah.
sit down and I'm gonna watch Loki, my ass is gonna have mead
And that's
Oh, literally.
because as is appropriate.
Yeah.
fair enough.
As one does.
And I see the beer.
Yeah,
He
I-
says, "Don't forget, Mr. Feeney's also married to Barbara Thorndike from the Golden Girls."
That's why he's so awesome.
I
Yes,
also
good taste.
have been catching up on stuff because Hulu had for Black
Mhm.
Friday like a 99 cent
Mhm.
per month, so it's like $12
Oh.
for the year.
Nice.
They'll probably release it for like a New Year deal or whatever, but they had Only Murders in the Building with Steve Martin and Martin Short and Selena Gomez, who, wow, like I enjoy her, but like she did such a great job doing a serious character, which was awesome. And catching up on Law and Order SVU because
Mhm.
I can't not. So yeah, and my hubs has been hosting most of our streaming services on his PlayStation 3, but it finally died.
Aw.
Aw.
So
I know
he ended
that
up getting
feeling.
Fire Stick. I think it was an Amazon
Fire
Fire
Stick.
Stick. or something.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
say this: Fire Sticks are amazing because it literally is not that hard to actually put in like the Google Play stuff and just root it and do all this kind of cool stuff. Plus, for you con goers, if you take the Fire Stick to a convention, it actually works with the hotel Wi-Fi, allowing you to log in and watch and stream and do stuff.
There it is.
Chromecast won't do that.
Sorry, I was trying to get it out. It wouldn't. Whew, it's a thing. No, we stream off our Xbox, so I feel that. And yeah, we're just addicted to a lot of shows. I will tell you, if you want a true, like legit reality show that, holy fuck, will hit you in the feels, Flint Town. Wow. Like, I knew Flint was fucked up, but goddamn.
Mm.
And it touches on systematic racism and a bunch of other things that were just all over the board. But the last episode, you got to be careful if you like doggos, because they do have to shoot some doggos, and it's not. I cried.
Aw.
Yeah, that's like iRobot or no, wait, sorry. It's the one where Will Smith is against zombies. Sorry. I can't-
Yeah.
Is that I Am Legend or something like that?
I Am
Legend.
Legend,
Yeah,
that's
I
what
Am
it was.
Legend.
I'm like, he's in a lot with I in the title, and
There's a
I can
thing
only
and
remember
stuff.
so much.
And the fact
Yeah,
that Koi says she watches streaming on her Xbox is part of the reason why I kept putting off buying a new TV, because I didn't want a smart TV. I don't need a TV with all of the apps. My
Yep.
Xbox handles everything. And for a while, non-smart TVs were more expensive, so I'm like, screw this.
Well, and on top of that, like, having a smart TV doesn't access everything. Some of them are actually pay locked. Like, I
Yep.
think some of them
Mhm.
have pay lock services for like Disney and stuff, which
Yeah.
is like, I get it,
Stupid.
but like, you can usually plug in something into a dumb TV and be like, oh, I want my Chromecast or my Fire Stick or like
definitely.
my Xbox. And yeah, definitely in chat bonds, you should definitely resume using your PS3. I know my husband replaced his. He ended up finding one used because he does still have games, and for some godforsaken reason, Sony is still not backwards compatible. Yeah.
Okay,
I
okay,
know,
okay,
but
okay.
yeah.
It was
Ichigo.
only PS2. That's why I kept it.
Now, all right, let me explain this real quick, and I know Bonds and Bob and Field can verify this. All right, because PS3 went on a different architecture, Sony's like, well, we can't emulate it and make it backwards compatible for the PS4 and the PS5. Meanwhile, Microsoft's like, we got this shit, motherfucker. You know, Xbox One. We're going to rebuild those games and make them compatible on our hardware.
Yeah.
Xbox
But see,
Series,
this is
same
why
thing.
we just own everything. So we have a PS2, a PS3, a
Yep.
PS4, and then
Oh.
there's an Xbox One, and then did a PC.
Now,
Yeah, we have a PS2 because mine from back in my middle school, like high school days when I was like, DDR is healthy. Yeah, I'll
Yes.
DDR. Kingdom Hearts,
Mhm.
Katamari.
All the Final Fantasy, Legend
Yeah.
of Dragoon.
Oh, and here's something interesting. You can go on YouTube. There are videos of people taking their Xbox Ones and Series S's and Series X's and getting developer accounts and putting emulation software on it. I have seen PlayStation 3 games be played on Xbox Ones and Series X and Series X.
Nice.
So you know what?
Oh,
Sony is being
that's like a
lazy.
slap in the face.
Sony is being lazy, you know. And Bond
Yeah.
006 says, same, I don't want a smart TV. But you know what? We're at a point where all the TVs are smart TVs. Just do what I did. Just turn off the app selection when you turn the TV on. That's it. But I have done this thanks to Rob and the crew over at Orange Lounge Radio. Y'all have heard of Google Stadia, right?
Oh yeah, that defunct like social gaming thing they were trying to do that like died within like 2 weeks.
It's still going
failed
strong.
miserably.
No, it's still going strong, and it's free for people with certain LG TVs. So I have I have Stadia on my fucking LG TV. I'm like, I
Speaking
cannot
of
believe.
games, I gotta update all my ones on Steam. Oops.
So I'm probably going to call into them next week and turn the webcam on my TV and show me playing Stadia. Because the TV has 2 USB ports. I'm like, I have tons of controllers. Let's see which one will work, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and updating games. Okay, so like I started Night in the Woods before my computer decided to kick itself in the
Aw.
face. So on New Year's I'll be doing a stream to hopefully finish Night in the Woods. So if anybody wants to join us for that on my channel, feel free. It's a far longer game than I anticipated. And honestly, though, it's probably one of the better ones I've played this year.
That is
I'm streaming the 26th and dressing up as Jill from Resident Evil because my Discord community are jackasses, and that's what they decided I had to wear, and it's cold in my fucking room.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm at the point where I need to see Mako and Koi cosplay Mandy and Raven. And and they just need to go around the convention just mean mugging everybody.
We'll do it.
I'm down.
We got this.
I'm totally down.
Bro fist.
Also, to kind of step back on the whole cosplay thing, if a convention had Patty, Steph, Koi, Ichigo, and Wild Spice as craftsmanship judges, I want to be the person that stands in front of the room escorting the cosplayers in, just so I can bless them and give them last rites and open the door and just send them along.
That's the funny thing, though, is like Wild Spice and I have judged together before, and we're actually like really approachable. I think I know I was super anxious like the first few times I've judged, because like especially now, like getting into people's face is hard, and not having that sense of imposter syndrome and this idea that like, oh yeah, you know, like people usually think now that cosplay judges aren't professionals, or like if they don't know absolutely everything, then why are they out here judging cosplay competitions? But at the same time, it's like not everyone's going to be a professional at every single thing. And honestly, you know, even professionals can learn from beginners, because beginners think about concepts in holistically different ways than someone who has the technical prowess of years of practice. They're not always going to have the nuances of, oh my gosh, new tech, engineering, 3D printing, resin crafting. Like they're not going to have all this stuff because they've honed their skills into a certain profession. So, you know, you just got to keep that in mind. And honestly, like, it might be scary. Yeah, it might be intimidating. Yeah, I'm sure that we as if we were to go in and judge, probably have quite a few decades at this point of professionalism between all of us. Probably maybe centuries even. I don't even know. But yeah, you know, it's one of those things. It can be really scary, but getting back into cosplay too, I think, I don't know, I chat, you guys let me know, but I've been personally a little apprehensive because of the current state of our universe right now, and the fact that unfortunately, there's a lot of ableism in our community, as much as we would think that it's not there, and the fact that people decide that other people's lives and even their own lives aren't worth wearing a mask or doing certain practices.
Don't get me started on that shit.
Yeah, and so I want to get back into the community, and I want to return to a fun space that I have so many friends and like friend family and all this other stuff in, but I'm still tentative even for like Katsucon and Zenkai-con. Like I'm planning for them, but if something happens where there's like a burst of a situation, I'm going to stay home, drink some chai tea, and continue to sew. Because
and that makes the most amount of
sense. My creatures and critters and machines are. So
see,
I hope that all of you guys take care of yourselves.
And I expect going to Zenkai with all of that, it's going to be less people there, so I can just... I can actually stretch my legs as I walk, you know?
I was going to say, too, didn't they just revamp the hotel, too?
Yeah.
Didn't they do all the construction?
Yeah, it's done. Remember, I have friends that live out there. I stayed out there with a friend last year. She lives 2 blocks from the hotel, and I walked over there. That whole wing is done and ready to go. Plus, there's a new chicken place across the street from the hotel.
Ooh.
And I found a new place that does Philly cheesesteaks. So I'm happy about that. And on a side note, I just want to say, Koi, thank you for the gift. You know me. You know me so well. And if you're wondering, she gifted me Doki Doki Love Club, the Literature Club Plus for Steam.
Yep.
Aw.
She knows me.
Well, I've been weird about going back and doing stuff. Like we've gone out, like we did a pop-up bar, but it was small venue. We've gone out with friends to things, but I still am not comfortable going back to cons yet. I think part of it is I've had COVID, and it was not good. And they're very scared of me ever getting it again, even though I am vaxxed. I also got sick off both my shots, like pretty intensely sick.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that with my booster.
Yeah, same. So
whoever gets it first, I'll send you my bottle of Pedialyte.
I didn't need the Pedialyte.
Let me guess, the priest was standing next to you going, "The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!"
The first shot made me very, very ill, stomach-wise, dizziness, headache, all of that. The second shot, I was getting ready to stream. I just finished lunch. I was getting ready to stream. I was like setting everything up, and I was like, my tummy feels weird. Poops everywhere.
Yeah, that's a real mood, honestly. Like that, it sucks because it's different for everyone.
Yeah,
so it's like I was just like, let me sleep for 12 hours. That seems fine.
See, I did do that, but literally, I was like, oh well, maybe my stomach is just upset. Went and took care of things. Came back, sat down. Oh, well, we just did that again. Let's not do this.
Yeah.
And in chat. Yeah, I saw you post Wild Spice today about canceling MagFest, and honestly, I think it's probably a smart idea.
You know what? I mean, I've been through 2 COVID scares, and I'm like, well, I can't wait till my next convention. And it's not because I'm a glutton for punishment. It's just that I have been through some real outlandish stuff in my life, and I'm just like, well, what more can you do? You know?
Yeah. Well, and the nice thing is that you've come out thankfully unscathed.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure a little bit like traumatized because people aren't responsible. But
it's not that. No, actually, I didn't come out traumatized. I just came out pissed because I am still mad at that con of how they handled it. They sent an email blast listing the winners of their raffle, and at the bottom they told people that someone tested positive.
It was an undernote.
Yes,
it was like a side note. Oh
yes,
my gosh, like it drives me crazy, and oh man.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right,
Yeah.
let's spin it around. Okay, Koi, open your gift.
Ah, yay! Yes,
You are going to like this.
I gotta fight it first. What is this? Oh my goodness. Armitage! Yes! It's Armitage! It's Armitage! Armitage!
Hell yeah!
Nice.
I
One
was
costume I wish I could still fit.
if you put on there, I start calling you Booty Armitage.
Oh god, no, I can't even get the shorts on.
Oh,
It would just like, because I'm like, thick thighs save lives and then destroy costumes.
yeah, I was at AAC at the swap meet, and I'm walking up and down, and I saw that, and I looked at it. It was still brand new in the box.
Yeah, I was
I
about
was
to say,
like, I'll
there's
take
like
it.
nothing.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll take it.
This is cool. That makes me happy. I have like so many things and stuff. Yeah,
All right.
for those that don't know, Koi has cosplayed Armitage. In fact, this actual one, the special edition one, because the other version is the black pants underneath. But I did this version, and I can tell you, I learned a lot of really weird sewing techniques because of it. Holy shit. Like, making a fake vinyl corset.
Oof.
Making that backpack and sleeves that stay up and don't fall down to look like they are attached. It was crazy. It's crazy. And then, walking around in vinyl panties on top of bicycle shorts with handcuffs attached to them isn't weird or anything at all. So, yeah.
But you get points for being that dedicated, though.
Mm-hmm. That was my one big, dream costume that I wanted to do. I got it done. The only other one I have planned at some point is Hinoto from X. But that's a wig that I am terrified of.
Fair.
So, in other words, you'd rather take on a chancleta than the wig.
Uh-huh.
Fair.
100%. I'd rather wear that Esperterra 15-pound bitch one more time than try and figure out Hinoto's wig.
Or you could do full armor Sarah Miyu Mercury.
That's true. Of course, everybody wants me to still do Galaxia again.
I could see that. But let's be real. The Sarah Miyu Seifukus, those are not normal Seifukus. That's friggin' battle armor.
Mm-hmm.
It's friggin' battle armor.
I finally sold mine because, yeah.
I'm starting to see a few cosplayers do the Sarah Miyu cosplays at conventions now. But this is something that I came up. I'm not trying to be one of those. But when you hang out with people that do a specific cosplay and you go out, you take pictures of them in that cosplay, your eye gets trained on certain things and it can't be helped. Like, I was at the big Sailor Moon shoot at Anime NYC, and they divided up by Senshis. They had the Sailor Mars cosplayers show up. And I understand for the Senshi, sometimes the shoes can be hard to get a hold of or make it look like identical from the manga, because Naoko Takeuchi can never do two Senshi the same way twice. But this one cosplayer, she was cosplaying Mars, and she had black and white heels with the bow on them. And I'm just like, now I understand we're in a pandemic. I understand it's hard to get some things, but I didn't think getting a pair of red heels was that hard to get a hold of. Just saying.
Well, and also with Sarah Miyu costumes, because I've actually
No. I ain't talking about the Sarah Miyu costume. I'm just talking about
just regular Fuku.
Just the shoes.
Oh, just regular Fuku.
The shoes.
Well, I guess it would depend. Well, one, certain sizes are harder to get than others.
True.
And the only place I've ever been able to find funky colored shoes is Payless.
Yeah.
And they're gone.
Actually, no. Actually, no. They're back. They're online only, though.
Oh, see, and that's
Yeah.
it too, is that shipping is hell for a lot of people right
Yeah,
now.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and I get it, and I get certain shoes, but this is a simple red heel. I'm just saying you would think
They're
that
hard. They're hard to get.
I mean they're not hard to get on Amazon, and if you don't mind waiting 3 to 5 days.
Well, and
You
that's
know.
the thing, Ranma, though, is that a size 11 and a size 10 or a size 8 or a size 6, while it might say it fits one way on Amazon,
Mhm.
Oh, true. Yeah, it may fit
it
completely
can fit
different.
completely differently.
Oh, no. I trust me. I understand. Believe you me. And as Wild Spy
But-
says, I miss
yeah.
Payless. Yeah, I missed him too. I miss buying my Airwalks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it used to be like a first day thing at Otakon because in the Harbor Place Mall there was a Payless. So
Mhm.
like if any cosplayers forgot their shoes or like your base shoe because you have a bunch of boot covers to wear, like you could
Yeah.
find the nice simple $20 pair of heels, and they were the kind that like flight attendants wear. So like you
Mhm.
knew that they were gonna be comfortable for
Right.
walking around a convention even if they're not broken in. I think I still have both pairs of white heels from the last time that it was around. But yeah, I definitely miss it too, Wild Spice.
Yeah,
I-
when Payless closed, I went to 3 different stores and bought out their black chunky heels, some white chunky heels, and basically anything else I could get my hands on. My last shopping trip was like, I think $50, and I walked away with 5 pairs of shoes.
That's not
I
bad.
unfortunately never learned the Payless trick, so most of my shoes for cosplay are exceedingly uncomfortable, but they look fucking fantastic.
And
I was-
sometimes that's what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Sometimes.
sometimes that's all that you need is that like the look, and if it doesn't fit correctly, if you're only wearing it for 2 or 3 hours, like
Right.
who cares?
Now,
I scored something nice from Payless. Christian Siriano actually put out a collection
Oh yeah.
that one of the pairs looks like Usagi's school shoes,
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
basically the little like ballet flat with the
Yeah.
crisscross over the ankle, and I was like, yes. So I
remember
have
that.
some of those. They're slightly too big, but thick school socks.
Yep.
And what were you gonna say, Koi? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I did discover the whole Amazon trick though with my lovely Black Widow boots, and those are hands down like my most comfortable pair of cosplay shoes. And I actually switch between a heeled and non-heeled version depending on location, because if I'm going to a Hainer or something and the floor's uneven, I definitely make sure it's my motorcycle flat boots, because otherwise I'll break my neck. Because you know how everybody's like, pose! And I'm like, fuck
Yeah.
off. Okay, I will.
All right.
Night, Wild Spice. Thanks for dropping in. And yes, happy holidays all for sure.
Most definitely. And now that we're kind of talking more about Christmas, let's kind of talk about interesting Christmas gifts we have gotten over the years. Anything that kind of stands out, that makes you question some of the people that you know in your life.
All of them.
You too? But this one is my favorite story. Mako has heard me. I don't even think you were there when this happened. So this was back when I was back at the old apartment, Studio 1941. And I exchanged gifts with Aaron and Amy and so forth, Now, I'm a type of person that gives great practical gifts. It's practical, but you really love it. It's like that. So I got him this nice chair massager. Now, normally those things are like $100 and some odd dollars. It was brand new on clearance for $20, so I grabbed that. Amy had this thing for gardening, so I got her a nice little gardening kit. Why not? I don't remember what Aaron got me. I think he got me a gift card from GameStop or whatever. And I'm like, that works, because I tell people, if you can't figure out what I want, a gift card is fine. That's it. That's all I need. Amy, on the other hand, I don't remember who I gave this to afterwards, but her Christmas gift to me was a plastic sandwich container. And the price tag was still on the box.
Oh.
It was one of those where you open it up, you could fit 2 sandwiches or sandwich on one side and snacks and a drink on the other. And I'm just like, this is how you value our friendship? A $2 sandwich container? And I always buy lunch? Wait, what? Now, if it was a cool retro lunchbox, I would have been all for that shit. But no, it was a cheap, clear, plastic, $2 sandwich container. I believe I filtered them from a post on LiveJournal, and I bitched about this.
Yeah, I think I got there like right after you guys had exchanged gifts that year.
Mm-hmm.
So I walked into the house and he's just like, can you believe what this bitch gave me?
I think my best one is just coincidentally hilarious. So every year as a child, I used to receive porcelain dolls. Mm-hmm. And I mean vintage, absolutely beautiful porcelain dolls, still in package. And it was technically grandparents on... So my dad's brother's wife, her parents would give these to me because I didn't really have grandparents growing up. So they would give these to me every year up until they passed away. Mm. I am terrified of dolls. Like, legitimately, absolutely fucking terrified of dolls. So literally these people are giving the thing to me that is the most scary thing in the world. And as an adult, I still am afraid of them. So they are boxed within a box, within a box, within a box in my basement. So they can't get out to kill me. Why the fuck would you give that to a child repeatedly, knowing full well she has a fear of fucking dogs?
Wait. So hold up. Hold up. They knew you had a fear of these things, and
yes. So everybody in my family knew I was terrified of dolls, and I don't know if they thought it was an awesome, hilarious trick or a thing to get me past my fear, but Jesus Christ, no.
It's almost like how in A Christmas Story, Ralphie gets the pink bunny outfit, you know?
Yes. So, needless to say, at some point, eventually I'm going to have to sit down and unbury all these boxes and unbox these things and decide what to do with them, because I know some of them are worth some serious money. But then that means they can get me.
Not if you buy a Chucky doll and you leave it down there.
No, because, see, Chucky doesn't scare me. What did this? There's a movie called The Dolls. It's from 1984. I can tell you now, as an adult, I have watched it. It's fucking stupid. So fucking stupid. But as a child, it's gonna fuck you up. Because you're gonna watch these dolls kill people and turn them into dolls. And it stays. It stays and it stays. And then when you are in haunted houses, legit haunted houses, and the dolls move on you as a child, it's going to fuck you up some more. So that's the thing, is now I just feel like the dolls are all out to get me.
I just want you to know that I used to work in a video store. So we would get all types of interesting movies to come in. I forget the full title of this, but I believe that movie talking about the dolls. I think there was a series of them, and they crossed over with another series, something versus Killer Dolls or something like that. And I'm staring at the box. I'm just like, I can't believe they actually did this.
It's stupid as shit. But as a child, that's terrifying. And see, my parents were the type to let me watch whatever the fuck I wanted.
That's it.
Puppet
Yes,
Master.
that's it. Puppet Master versus Killer Doll. Thank you, Sia DeBerry. That's what it was. Yep.
See, I love Puppet Master, though. Minus the leech lady. That's disgusting. But Pinhead. Or the little drill dude. Yeah. Or no, there was a Pinhead because he had the little tiny head and he was a big body. And he could crush you.
I will say that in regards to that, there is one movie that I saw as a kid that made me realize I do not like horror films. I cannot sit down and watch them. I got squeamish watching Scream, okay?
Really?
Yeah. It was, I guess the stabbing really messed with my head because my aunt took me and her kid. We all went into the movies to see Child's Play 3 and seeing the Chucky doll wreaking havoc and the kid dying by throwing his body on the grenade fucked me up for life.
That's fair. That is a pretty fucked up scene.
Yes. But please continue.
Pet Cemetery. Foot injuries, man. Foot injuries. And the worst part, 5th and 6th grade, I watched a woman, one of my teachers, Mrs. Wiseman, close a big old door, and it fucking chopped her tendon in half in front of me. So, needless to say, I seen it happen, and it fucked me up, and now I have to have another drink of this lovely raspberry white seltzer? What? White Claw seltzer.
At least there was table service for it. Hell, you didn't even have to ask. It just showed up.
He knows me. He knows me
See,
so well.
That's what you call love right there, you know?
I drive him nuts. I'll sit there and I'll be like, please, please, please. He's like, will you stop texting me for alcohol? No.
I mean, it is that time of the year.
True.
Right.
I'm saying, sorry. One of my friends just found out her mother has cancer.
God damn it!
And is undergoing chemo, so I've been talking to her, kind of like walking her through the process. Did I mention I should live in a bubble?
Yes.
That was a good word.
We could do the sequel, The Girl in the Plastic Bubble.
Because, Jesus Christ, it's been a thing. And then, of course, you know, George Perez, that hurt. Stronger man than me.
That is true. So, Mako-chan, interesting Christmas gift that you have gotten or given or whatever, you know.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I can't really think of anything like bad. I mean, I had a couple of aunts that forever, because I liked dolphins when I was 5, gave me dolphin figures every year until I was like
22.
14 or 15. At some point, you know, dolphins really turned into, you know, why the fuck are you still giving me dolphin crap at 15? Very different from what I was into at 5. But yeah, I mean, I'm very open with my gifts, and nobody's really gotten me anything that asinine before.
That's fair.
True.
That's not a bad thing.
I mean, going for Christmas, I've had people give me, well, I guess not give me gifts. I mean, the weirdest gift ever that I've gotten is for my grandmother. She handed me a $50 bill for my graduation and wanted $20 back. Yeah, she wanted change for her gift.
Wow.
I do have to say that my grandmother has gone the gamut of doing really, really nice gifts and doing, you know, going into CVS and going, oh, here's something. So, like, my very first laptop my grandmother gave me. My car that I still have was a gift from my grandmother at the same time, because she won a lawsuit and went crazy because, you know, I was driving her around all over the place. So I mean, she's gone from crap like that to going into CVS for I don't even know what holiday, getting the random plushie that they happen to have on the shelf and handing it to me. The last one, like one of the ones that I can remember, is a plushie gorilla. I'm not into gorillas. I'm not into monkeys. I mean, yes, I'm a collector of plushies, but not something like that. Like it was some stupid thing with, it was a heart or something. It was holding something. I'm just, what the fuck am I going to do with a plushie gorilla? That's that. I mean, so it's weird stuff like that she would give me, I guess. I guess those are the weirdest, kind of things when she was on a kick of going Christmas shopping into CVS. Because I always came away, and I'm, for the most part, I'm very easy to shop for. If you have no idea what the fuck to get me, booze, chocolate, and tea.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I mean, those are 3 cheap, easily available things to get me if you have no idea what to get me. The fact that she could go into CVS that has at least 2 of those things in stock, the chocolate and the tea, and come out with a gorilla plush.
Yeah.
I like weird things. So, I adore socks. I love funky socks. My mother got into a habit of getting me socks for Christmas every year, and it was some of my favorite gifts. Because they had toes.
And I remember one year, I think I got you a 10-pack of toe socks.
Yes, and I still wear them. I freaking love toe socks. But yeah, so I mean, it's there's very few weird things like that I don't like. You have to really be not even thinking about, me as a person at all to really go, what the fuck? And luckily, most of the people actually know me enough, because I have been gifted chocolate. One of my friends gifted me an entire Godiva set one Christmas.
Ooh, nice.
And that was my absolute favorite gift that year because, hello, it's chocolate. Not only that, it's Godiva chocolate, and Godiva truffles are one of my favorite chocolates. But yeah, so I mean, it's just you can go out and just grab me chocolate, and I'm perfectly okay with that. So the fact that there are people that still screw up is, weird, I guess.
It happens. So, Ichigo, odd, interesting gift that you have gotten?
Okay, so like, if you've ever known me for any sort of period of time, I am not one who has an affinity for surprises. I am quite logical and quite pragmatic when it comes to pretty much everything. And part of that is my anxiety dealing with my chronic condition, but also just like the way my brain works is I like to know what's happening, and like I want the item that is gifted to me to have purpose. Like I appreciate things of nostalgia or sentimentality, but at the end of the day, I want something that will bring more value to like either like my skill level or it helps me grow as a person. And I know that seems like a lot to ask of a gift. I get it, but I tend to be one of those people that I make up a wish list, and if you ask me, hey, I want to get you a gift, and if you have a certain budget or something, like I have a list with a variety of things on it. And I try to be very, very assertive with that list nowadays, because I get it. Like gift cards are easy and stuff like that. But the weirdest gift, I guess, that I've received was when I was little. I started learning how to play the piano, and for that Christmas, our parents made us go on a treasure hunt. And so we had to go around the house and find clues. I mean, you know, in that aspect, it wasn't as weird of a surprise, but it was one of those things where, like, at the end of it, I ended up finding out that I got an electronic piano, and I still have that piano to this day. It's actually in my studio with me. And so I definitely, like, that was definitely a gift that helped me grow and everything like that. But I guess I'm an odd ducky, is that I'm not a huge surprise person. And so it was really nice, and it's lasted a long, long time. So I've been really happy with it.
You know, honestly,
yes, yeah.
I mean, to me, there's a difference between, you know, you make the kid hunt around the house like for 3 different clues, you know, to get the gift. Like the third clue, if they find the gift, as opposed to making them work for the friggin' gift. You know, by the time they find the gift, they're too tired to play with it. You know.
Yeah. And I guess also, I know that many of you in chat probably have rituals that you've practiced with your family, either from your heritage or just learned through your years. But we have German history in my family. We have some German, and so we practice things like St. Nicholas Nacht, where we would leave out our shoes and get them filled with things like clementines and chocolates.
I want to hear more about that.
Molds.
That sounds really awesome.
Yeah, in a lot of Germanic and Scandinavian cultures and like European cultures, you'll find that there's things like putting candles on trees, and like I don't recommend that any children practice these things, but and of course like the Yule cat that eats small children who don't receive clothing for Christmas.
I've seen pictures of that. He is big and angry and tired.
I think it's usually on the 16th, the 14th or the 16th, I think is St. Nicholas Nacht usually, where you leave your shoes out overnight. And it's kind of like a tooth fairy deal where like you leave your shoes out and they don't take your shoes, but like you get stuff in your shoes. Hopefully not from the Yule cat, but more on that later. And what kind of weird gift have you received through your years, Ranma? Or did you say already?
I said already. It was.
Oh, you did.
It was the plastic sandwich holder.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
I watched was it the Shark Tank for that? And it actually like the rounded. It's like rounded or whatever. It actually looked like it was pretty good, but.
Yeah, I don't. I'm even thinking, like, have I ever given, like, really weird gifts?
Yeah, right? Like a white elephant. Would that be considered a weird? Like,
I think so if you don't know what the person gets. Like, you know, at like my job before this, we did a Secret Santa, you know, and I knew who mine was, but I kind of had to not really ask around, but pay attention to him and figure shit out. Like, I realized he'd bring his Switch to work every day. So I'm like, Nintendo Switch Online, $20 a year. Falls under the $25 threshold. I'll get him a year of Switch Online. If he already has a year, he gets another year.
There you go.
Yeah, I think I could safely say maybe this year is one of my weirder gifts. I did little gift bags for my coworkers. And well, I could show at least one of them. Cool. So I did little thank you pens. And it just says thank you, and they're decent pens.
Thank you for being a friend.
Right. So everybody got one of those, and then a candy cane, a packet of Ghirardelli double chocolate, hot chocolate, and sticky notes. And everybody's like, sticky notes. I'm all, we run out of sticky notes like no one's fucking business. And then we all go around stealing each other's sticky notes. So this is me just trying to be like, quit being dicks.
Yeah, stop stealing my sticky notes, or I will stick this thank you pen in you. Thank you.
Exactly. So I'm like, it's kind of a weird gift bag, but also if you know like the story behind it, it's pretty hilarious.
No, like that's like that's the perfect kind of gift I would be as your coworker. I'd be like, sticky notes, hell yeah! Like all adults with socks. Yes, Chad, I'm looking at you. You're all guilty. I know you all.
All right. Two things. Number one, as Starlit Creation says in our chat room here at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session, I do weird shit for white elephants only because they are usually re-gifts we've gotten for previous white elephants. Well, that's what
you do for white elephants.
Yeah, it's the gift that keeps on giving. And number two, when you're a kid, you wanted Nintendo or Barbie or something. You wanted cool stuff like that as a kid for Christmas. As an adult, you paid my bill? Thank you. You know? That type of gifts, or like, you know, oh, here's a brand new shower head for your shower. I'm like, thank you, you know?
Well, and in my family right now, I've done this for the past like 3 or 4 years. I'm the one who buys everybody's gifts. So I know what everybody's getting, including myself. And then I usually forget it by the time I'm opening presents. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Oh, this is for me? Sweet.
See, what I did this year was, it was like, for every gift I'm buying somebody, I'm going to treat myself. Okay. So I have like 2 14 terabyte external hard drives. I have a brand new 5.1 surround sound bar over there on the TV. Back there you can't see it, but my Mario Kart Luigi set sitting back there, you know. And a bunch of other video games that I have picked up along the way. I'm like, you know, I'm to treat them and then treat up, you know?
Well, and like with me, like I didn't really get a lot of stuff for myself this year, but my dad always does like one big gift for myself and Squeak. And one year it was a grill, a new Traeger grill.
Wait, is this like a charcoal or gas powered?
Oh no, this is pellet powered electric smoker.
Ooh.
Oh, Traeger. Okay.
Traeger.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
So that was 1 year. This year was a new bed. He got us a queen size bed because we have been on a full and it's been driving us both nuts. So he treated us and got like all the stuff we could possibly need for it, which was fucking fantastic because now I can sleep.
wait, hold up. Koi, what is this thing called sleep you just mentioned?
It's a very rare activity that occasionally I do. When I do, I tend to actually go into what's called hibernation. So there's that weird thing where you rest your eyes and it's the next day and you're like, what happened? And then there's what's called hibernation, where you know you're going to sleep and you get comfortable and like 12 hours later you awaken and you're like, where am I? What have I done? This is fucking fantastic. So this is what it feels like to actually be awake.
I like what Bob Coffee's saying in chat. There is only work and suffering. Yes, thank you, Bob.
That is me lately. So weird. I'll give you a weird one. So November 7th is when my mom passed away. November 8th, I hands down had some of the best sleep that I've had in I don't know how long. And I think part of it was because knowing like she's no longer in pain, you just crash. And I slept, I think altogether it was like 13 or 14 hours.
Wow. Right now Mako-chan's a little salty because, you know, the most she gets is like 8 or 9.
You're doing better than me. I normally get anywhere between 5 and 6 if I'm lucky, because yay. I have to be up every day at 5 a.m. so that doesn't help matters. So it's a thing. It fucking blows.
So I shouldn't complain about the fact that I get up at 8:30 for the next 2 weeks, where on some days I don't work at all. The other days I just sit there and I just babysit the laptop in case a call comes in, you know.
Well, so I'm kind of doing the same thing. So tomorrow I work from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then I'm going to go get my allergy shots, and then I'm going to come home and kind of clean some stuff up before in-laws come over. And then I work 8 to 5, and I do class on Thursday. And then I'm off Friday. And then I'm off Saturday and Sunday. And then I'm working from home Monday until basically 3, and then I have to go in and do another class.
Gotcha.
But we're also doing a $3,000 plumbing fix and shutting down the whole building in the process.
Ooh, somebody's not going to be happy about that.
Yeah, my HOA is like, what? Unless you want to have nobody ever have heat again.
Well, you can always build that bat sanctuary.
Yes, the bat sanctuary. Invite 10,000 bats.
I would. I'd be like, look at all the babies. Look at all these precious little flying puppies.
Oh my gosh, sky puppies.
The sky puppies. They're so fucking cute.
I guess odd gifts that I'm giving this year. My parents are starting to like realize that they have too much shit in their house, and the fact that their children will probably have to eventually deal with their shit.
Fucking facts.
That we already do. And so this year we're doing I decided to do acts of service, and it doesn't cost me anything except my time and some gasoline, but we're going to be up there anyway. And so I was like, you know what? Just get some boxes together. We'll fill up the truck and we'll take it to the donation center. And then I know that putting the donation boxes together is probably a lot easier, but I know that personally the hardest thing is finally taking those boxes out of the house.
Yeah.
So once they're out of the house, you know, you're done. You're good to go. But yeah.
Sorry, describing. I feel so bad doing this, but it helps. She's asking, so my friend is asking like how my mom's treatment was compared to what her mom's going through, which thankfully her mom is nowhere near what my mom had to endure. Which, goddamn, God, the stuff that woman went through and only got sick maybe once or twice. I wish. Fuck.
You know,
I wish I had that.
I can actually attest to that, because like when my mother got sick, well, I'll just straight up say it, because I'm not really quote unquote ashamed of it. I just don't talk about it, because there have been times I have brought it up and people kind of look at me funny. I'm like, I don't need that shit. So again, you know, 16 years ago, my mother died from AIDS. So
yeah,
when she was first diagnosed, they told her she wouldn't live to see me graduate from high school. But she did. Yeah.
Well, that's like my mom. They said she had 12 to 15 months. 2.5 years later.
My mother went from like 6 years, I say 16 years, you know, because she went and did therapy, like she did experimental drugs. She was like, you know, I'm not going to let this get the best of me, unlike my stepfather, you know, but hey, that's a story for another time, you know.
Well, and that's the thing is, like, we outright, like, when mom was first diagnosed, I sat down with her and told her, if you make the choice that you don't want to continue doing this, you let us know, because that is your fucking choice. Do not let anybody pressure you otherwise. That is your choice. I said, if you just, you know, want to deal with it and deal with it as you wish, that's cool. So we backed whatever move she made. And the only thing she didn't want to do was that there's a thing for brain tumors where they attach basically electrodes into your head, and you have to wear a helmet that's attached to a backpack that shocks your brain constantly. And that one she didn't like.
And I can totally get that, you know.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I'm on that. I get you, Mom. I'm on the same wavelength here. I don't think I would do that either. But like she was fine with. We were actually looking at donating her brain so they could study it. They were just too slow on the uptake, and well, sorry, she's cremated now. If you want any of that, that's your fault for being slow.
And quite on a side note, and you could probably agree with me on this. Given how the world is right now, I'm kind of glad my mother is not here to deal with this.
Yeah, that was. Oof.
Yeah, because years ago she caught TB from one of my idiot cousins, not by blood, and my mother had to stop me from going over there to throw hands. So, given this situation, if I find out someone gave her COVID, we wouldn't be having this Christmas special. I would probably be sitting in lockup somewhere, just...
Well, that's like... With my job, they actually wanted me to become a supervisor at the homeless shelters, and I said no because I would be too exposed to multiple things, not just COVID, just everything. And with my immune system being poop, and then hers not being literally non-existent, no. And they were very understanding, no argument. So it was definitely one of those things. And when I had COVID, I quarantined immediately.
And you want to know something? I totally forgot that you had COVID.
Yeah.
It's getting to the point where COVID has become flu 2.0. You're forgetting people have had it or got it. It's like when you leave the house, you forget your mask, and then you go back to the house, you grab your mask, and then you leave. You're like, fuck, I left my phone. You go back, you grab your phone, and fuck, I left my keys. You go back, and you grab your keys, and when you get to work, you stick your hand in your pocket, and there was the other mask you were looking for the whole damn time.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. And that's the thing is, like, it's always astounding to me because people are like, well, you don't have any long-term effects. Oh, no, I do. I do, 100%. So does my husband. His lasted longer. I have the shitty immune system. Mine was 2 weeks. He was 4 months.
Yikes. A friend of mine, she almost died from it. They had her on they had it into all of that,
Oh, damn.
But she came out of it. She went through oxygen therapy, so she's doing a lot better. But now she's feeling the after effects. But, enough about that. Let's talk more Christmassy. So, does anybody have like that one gift they got and that's like really memorable to them to this day?
Ooh.
Because I could tell you.
I got one.
All right, go for it.
Let me go get it, actually. I'll be right back.
Oh. Ooh. I like that. Let me clear this queue up over here real quick. All right.
I had to go get it. So, again, sad story, but kind of happy ending. So, when I was like, 10, 11, my parents used to go to bowling leagues all the time.
Yeah.
And I ended up making a friend in the little like kids area because they had all of us kids hang out in basically like almost a little daycare thing. While our parents got drunk and bowled. So I made a friend named Brittany, and she unfortunately ended up she had leukemia and she passed away. Well, before she passed away, for my birthday / Christmas present, she gave me this.
Oh, that's nice.
Cute.
So this is my bear that I call Brittany, which has been kind of my little thing that I have had around to help kind of cope with mom stuff. She has a hole in her foot now because, of course, Lady, my old dog, decided it was hers at one point. So this poor bear has lived through so much. And this is probably hands down like the one present you will never, ever see me get rid of, because it was the last thing one of my best friends gave me before she passed away. So it's definitely like, this poor bear has survived so much shit. So that's why I always laugh, because everybody's like, well, there's like holes in her and stuff. I'll fix it eventually.
Yeah.
She's fine. She's got this. She survived already. It's fine. But that's like the one thing I always still like keep. It's she could fall apart tomorrow and I'd probably at least be like, this is Brittany's bow. So that's my big one that I always keep a hold of and will never forget.
What about you, Mako-chan?
I've actually gotten a couple. My aunt got me the set of Power Ponies from Target, which complete surprise. Just because, I didn't think that she would be one to get me My Little Pony stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, obviously, not to expand on his ego. Ranma is really good with getting gifts, so he actually went in with my mother and got the Lego Dimensions for me one year. But yeah, one year he surprised me and got me an autograph, which was not expecting. So I opened it up, and it was the English voice actress for Sailor Jupiter.
Oh, that's so cool.
So was not expecting that, and he is a little asshole for it. But yeah, those are the two that really pop out. Obviously, with everything going on this year, my mother is, obviously helping me with the house and everything. So gifts like that I find awesome. But yeah, those are the two that I can really think of right now, just because I'm looking at them. I still haven't packed them yet. But yeah, I just that, and my mother's really good with buying me cosplay stuff. So like the one year that I went to Denver for the Comic-Con, I dressed as Harry Dresden. I didn't really have a decent hat because while I know book Harry does not wear a hat, book cover Harry does, and I prefer wearing the hat, so fuck everybody else. But the year after that, my mother actually got me a real leather hat, like the one that is featured on the cover of the books.
That's
so
cool.
that the next time I happen to cosplay as him, I will have a decent hat for it.
That's cool, though.
Nice. What about you, Ichigo? Any Christmas gifts that kind of stand out?
Christmas gifts that stand out. When it comes to ones that have memories attached to them, I guess like the same one that was a weird gift, like the piano, had kind of stuff attached to it because I've since fallen out of that hard, but so I still have that piano. And then as far as like other sentimental gifts, I'm trying to think if there's any that really like stand out. I mean, any gift is precious and cherished, right? But I would say I can't think of any really. It's not that I don't appreciate the gifts when they're given, but it's at the point where like I
There's
think
so many.
Yeah, I mean,
there's so many. My heart is so full.
Yeah, I totally get that.
I was gonna say I think one of my love languages is more so like acts of service. So again, when I had been paying off my student loans for since I had been in college. Basically, as soon as I started and I got a job, I was paying them off. And I ended up getting some help finishing up the payments on them early. So that was a very memorable one because it meant that I wasn't going to be in debt and that I could finally do more focus on pursuing the fashion stuff that I do now without the
stress
of Sally Mae and her
Yeah.
sweet mafia over my head. So I think is probably the most memorable, because it helped me just take care of that big overwhelming debt, and allowed me to do a lot more and be more flexible with different things. So yeah. Did you say yours, Ranma? Or
I actually no. Mine would be like from when I was in 6th grade. So one thing about me growing up is my mother, my great grandmother, Lord rest both their souls, they kind of did whatever they had to do to kind of keep me out of the elements and so forth, So I remember, I used to go over to other friends' house, and play Nintendo or Atari or whatever because we couldn't afford it. So, that's what it was. And what I would do is when I would come home from school, I would go into the bedroom, say hi to my great grandmother. Then I would go into the living room, which became my makeshift bedroom. And I would watch TV, do homework and all that good stuff, This one time in December, I walk in and sitting on the other bed was a Nintendo Entertainment System sealed on the bed. I was just screaming and jumping up and down saying thank you, this, and all of this. I grabbed it, ran into the back room, hooked it up to the TV, and I was just done. And I remember later that night, I ran up to the 4th floor where my friend Carlos lived, and I was knocking on his door. He was like, what's going on? I'm like, yo, dude, I got a Nintendo for Christmas. And and we come downstairs to my house, we're playing Nintendo back and forth, fun stuff. And I remember, I think it was like maybe a week later, or maybe it was later that week, it was me and my cousin, we're playing Nintendo, and then there's a knock at my door, and I open the door, and I see him walking by with his mom and his younger brother with his Nintendo, and the Nobody Beats the Whiz bag. I was like, And I think that kind of stands out for me because, when you're growing up on a fixed budget and everybody else has all this cool stuff and you get hand-me-downs and this and that, And
you
then
finally get the one really cool new
right,
toy.
something that kind of really gets you to where you are. So, so for me, that's one of my few memorable things,
I have a funny one for you.
Yeah.
So we did, Last Chance Meet with Holly and everybody. Well, Holly and I were sitting there one night. We were drinking, okay? And Holly and I can pound them. And we're sitting there bullshitting back and forth. And we're talking about, political views and all this shit. Just randomly bullshitting, okay? Mm-hmm. And I'm talking and talking. And I talk about my cat at one point doing something really weird and outlandish and just kind of being a bitch. And Holly goes, so your cat's a Republican? I just looked at her funny, started laughing at her, like, what the fuck? And she goes, well, that's kind of what I heard. So, we're sitting there laughing about it and everything. So one year for our Last Chance Meet gift exchange, she was my person that gave me presents. Mm-hmm. So I'm unwrapping presents, and there is a stuffed mouse toy with all of the Republican symbolism on it. She goes, for your Republican cat.
That definitely sounds like Holly.
And to this day, the cat still plays with that like no one's business. I'm like, I guess she was a Republican. Shit. So that's hands down, that was like one of those gifts that I laughed so fucking hard. I was crying laughing. I'm like, oh my God, of all the stupid things, that's what she remembers is, so your cat's a Republican.
That's nuts.
So I just was sitting there thinking about it, like, oh my God, I totally forgot about Republican cat story. Frickin' Holly. But that's I see things like that always are really cool, like stuff that you can relate back to. Like I remember getting my Nintendo for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I had not asked for it because we had an old Macintosh and I used to play games on it.
Right.
So I was happy, okay? And Dad was asking me if I wanted to get like more into video game stuff and everything. And I remember talking about it. I was like, if I do, I do. I'm not too concerned. That type of thing. And then I got a Nintendo and I was like, what the fuck? And the one game I remember the most off of it, though, is that stupid Little Mermaid game.
Oh, Disney's Little Mermaid?
Yes. I love that game so much. And it pissed me off so bad. And then one of my friends got, like, her Super NES. The year she got the Super NES. And the entire time I was sitting there going, oh, my Nintendo's not so cool anymore.
Now, I remember years later getting the Super Nintendo for Christmas, playing it, and then the night before Christmas, packing it back up in the box, wrapping it, and putting it under the tree.
That's the thing of that is like, it was always kind of interesting because we always didn't really like get too crazy with the consoles. And then when my dad started playing, because when he retired, he didn't know what to do. So I introduced him to the N64. And we used to play GoldenEye and Mario Kart and Doom. I introduced him to Doom through Doom 64. And then it became every year, everybody got consoles for Christmas.
See, that's the Gaslick family that plays together, you know?
And I mean, we don't play as much as we used to. We used to play a lot of COD, Black Ops, and all that stuff. But and Destiny, we played Destiny together for a bit. And then I got into PC gaming. He's like, you need to come back and play consoles so we can shoot each other again.
You know something? I really think the two of you should sit down with the N64 and beat each other senseless in Conker's Bad Fur Day. Right.
Or just do a good old... I used to cheat so bad on GoldenEye. It's quit. So Dad and I would get all pissed off at each other, but it's that playful pissed off where you're just yelling at each other like, I can't believe you did that, you son of a bitch. We used to do that with Black Ops. They'd be like, okay, we can only use shotguns. Here comes me with the rocket launcher. So.
All right. I'll say this real quick, and then I think we have like one interesting story out of Japan that we can kind of discuss, and we can wrap up the show. But when I used to live with my ex and her family, it would be me, her younger brother, and her two older brothers. We would go down to the rink, you know, and play Conker's Bad Fur Day for hours upon hours. So me and her oldest, on certain levels, you had the sniper rifle. So as soon as we get on that level, we would just go run and find the sniper rifle and just camp out on different sides of the stage where we could see each other and still snipe each other. And the funny thing is, me and George, we would just have like this normal conversation like, how's work? How's the wife and kid? We would just converse like that back and forth while trying to snipe each other. Meanwhile, Anthony and Peter are running around trying to kill each other with the katanas. And they didn't realize that we're camping out, so we're trying to kill each other, and then they're trying to find us so they can kill us. Good times.
It's such a blast, though. Yes. That's how it was whenever I'd play with like Dad and all of his friends and stuff. We'd fuck around. You gotta fuck around. You can't be super serious.
All right, now that we got that out the way, there's this one story that Mako-chan that passed over to me, and I kind of want to talk about it. It seems that there is a group called the Revolutionary Alliance of Unpopular Men.
What?
Yes, in Japan. They're protesting against Christmas on the streets of Tokyo. Yeah.
It's Japan. I shouldn't be surprised.
Nobody is at this point.
Right.
It seems that this group's been around for 15 years, and they've been bringing their special brand of anti-love sentiment to the streets of Tokyo. So this year, the group got together to protest Christmas, a time of the year that's synonymous with romance in Japan. Just remember, there in Japan, Christmas Eve is traditionally viewed as a date night where loved-up couples go out to dinner or stay in for romance, and singletons scramble to find themselves a date so they're not alone on the most romantic night of the year. Whereas here in the U.S., it's generally Valentine's Day. Your mileage may vary depending on who you're dating or married to. But here on Christmas Eve, nobody's giving a damn about romance or anything like that. They're just trying to get the hell out of work and get home.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. So this group, the Revolutionary Alliance of Unpopular Men, think that all the love-related fanfare surrounding Christmas is nonsense, and their mission to crush Christmas and other related romantic holidays. These modern-day Grinches say that they're fighting for those who find themselves disillusioned by the holidays, like the brokenhearted, those who have to work during Christmas, and people who aren't popular, especially when it comes to love. This organization claims to provide a mental safety net for people all over the world who aren't popular, with their goal being to overthrow love capitalism and build a brighter future for the unpopular. This was their aim when they took to the streets of Shibuya, which is a popular date hangout for young people, back on December 19th. And although they invited other like-minded people to join them, please don't, in their protest before the event took place, only a dozen or so people end up protesting, with their members looking similar to those in previous years, looking like they'd never left the house in God knows how long. And they're calling themselves Alliance of Unpopular Men. Anyone can join the group, regardless of your gender. Now, they say things such as crush Christmas, we oppose love capitalism, freedom not to love, freedom not to get married, don't get caught up in the love market. In a way, I kind of get where they're going with this, but still,
Yeah.
Now, there are netizens who have said similar things about this protest. I wonder what would happen if geniuses, the rich and good-looking people, staged a counter-protest. Using the police for this kind of boring objective is a waste of taxpayers' money. This group repeats the same thing forever. In theory, this is good, but I'm single and I don't mind Christmas traditions. There are many ways to enjoy Christmas in Japan, and this is one of them. Despite their critics, the Revolutionary Alliance of Unpopular Men believe their counter-argument to the romance-fueled holidays is an important one, and they're showing no signs of stopping their activities. Which means that they'll probably be out in force again in February when they have a few things to say about crushing Valentine's Day. Wow.
Well then. Okay.
I think something to talk about too, though, to give the context of the culture, though, is that in Japan, Christianity is not a mainstay religion. So for those listeners in the chat who are not sure why the heck this is going on, one, it is more capitalized. It is much more the idea and like KFC chicken being famous and all this other stuff. Like, it is definitely a movement of capitalism. And two, yes, there is actually a love market, much like we think of matchmaking here in the United States, is actually much more popular of a practice, especially for those who are getting to a point of older age, especially for women, which they actually have a term called the unwanted women, or unknown women, or something like that, where literally women after they hit like 25 to 30 are considered not marriage material. So considering that these guys out here are basically being like, ooh, woo, wah, crush Christmas, like, bro, it's a capitalist thing in your country. Like, I don't know if you know this, like, especially since I think that they might want to crush on Valentine's Day, but on White Day, which is a traditional day where female Valentines usually give gifts to the male counterpart, they're going to be whining about not getting chocolates on White Day. So I feel like I feel like there is a thing that they're doing, but they didn't understand the assignment.
Mm. I mean,
But what does everybody else think?
look, I'm one of those that's like I've always hated this time of the year to Valentine's Day because of all the lovey-dovey couples and stuff like that. But eventually, I got used to it, and it just stopped bothering me. It is what it is. It's just wow, you know.
I just feel everybody needs to remove thy stick from thy ass.
Mhm.
Yep.
I feel like it's this whole idea of this privilege where because they aren't getting what they expect, like they think that they deserve something that is from another person who has free will, and they don't want to work towards either bettering themselves in a way that would attract the type of person that they want. Not that like they should pretend to be people that they're not, but I'm a geeky girl who's heavier set than your like somewhat, normalized body type and all this other stuff. And I found somebody, and I'm not saying that like that works for everyone, but it's one of those cases where if you are thinking that you're unpopular, then there's something about the way that you're presenting yourself that is off-putting to other people. Yeah. And while you shouldn't change all of who you are, to appease society or whatever it is, maybe notice what the person of your affection enjoys, or maybe notice what maybe people who are considered more popular do and implement some of those practices in your own life. Part of it too, I think, is a lot more not toxic positivity, but the idea of sorry, I'm reading chat and watching.
I just did too.
Saying I just pay off people.
I saw that too.
Lord.
I started giggling.
Honestly, Jeffrey Bezos. But I mean, and that's just I feel like sometimes is that I know that there are places where I have a very dark side that is probably not as palatable for a lot of my friends and family members to think about that I have. And everybody has those darker sides, and everybody has those points where they're like, oh, I'm unloved, I'm never able to be lovable or whatever. But it's one. No, hey, there's a lot of us suffering, Ranma 421. Okay,
And
there's a lot.
And as Washi Otaku says, I just pay off people. Well,
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things where I think it's this idea that they're expecting this privilege to other people who have their own willpower in life, and the fact that they are not sitting in they're not getting things for free, which I feel like is what a lot of the time people who think that, I mean, unfortunately we do have the halo effect, but like they think that they're getting things for free that other people are not allowed to have. And unfortunately, there is a bit of a paradox there because we do have a lot of things instilled in society, but I think at the end of the day, it could be presented better.
Well, some people can't really say what they want to say in proper way without, I'm guilty of doing that, so.
We live in a society. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, Otaku, yes, we live in a society where apparently you just pay off people. But yeah, no, it's unfortunately it's a bit of a paradox because unfortunately people who have societally normalized attraction, they're gonna find a lot of things easier than a lot of us do, and there's obviously a lot of other things that play into that. But yeah, we definitely live in a society where things don't always go your way. And unfortunately, some people decide that, they need to take this type of approach to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if holidays were a little less capitalized, if we want to talk about that, and the fact that, like, even in an apocalypse of sorts, we're still dealing with the idea that oh, you need to get gifts by this time, and you need to go out on Black Friday and spend a lot of money, and you need to be buying all these things for people because we need to buy. But you guys know my stance on like educated capitalism and sustainability and all that stuff. So,
I mean, look, I've worked retail. I get it. I totally understand it, but, I'll tell you this now.
As a heads up, real quick, randomly, if you get a random ass friend request on Facebook for me, it ain't me.
That's okay. If it makes you feel any better, I just got a request from somebody on Discord. It seems that my Steam name popped up buying some merchandise that I did not purchase. So now I got to talk to a Steam moderator, or else my account is IP banned and hardware banned. So I'm dealing with
somebody is literally using the picture of my mother to do this. So I'm like,
what an asshole. Damn bots. What the hell?
Right? I'm like, I'm going to kill them all.
Kill them all and let God sort them out.
Exactly. God damn it. Everybody's like, we're just making sure you know about it. I'm like, I know, Jesus Christ.
Bonzo06 says, I never cared for buying gifts. Just something told to do by society. See, the beer is like, people are shitty. I mean, if I didn't give gifts out, everybody would just get a card from me, and that's it. Nothing else more.
I feel like a lot of it too is dependent upon your like, and I say love language is the general term, but like friendship language or your affection language of like what you enjoy. Like that might be a gift, or that might just be someone saying, happy holidays. And like the thought, you thinking of them is all that really matters, or like doing those acts of service or whatever it is. And so, I don't think that we always need to give gifts during the holidays, but acknowledging your friends or like helping them out, or if somebody needs a meal made for them,
it's like,
just be a good person. Don't be a shitty person.
It kind of,
and don't just use the holidays as an excuse for that.
And you're right. It kind of feels like, you'll see more people putting effort in for Christmas than like Valentine's Day. I've come across more people who are like, which I totally
my
get.
favorite holiday in that time? The day after Valentine's Day. That's half price chocolate.
Speaking of Valentine's Day, I know if I end the show like in the next 5 to 10 minutes and put my coat on, go up the street to Rite Aid before they close, I will probably find Valentine's candy on the shelf.
Oh, you would. And that's the sad part about it, is that like I think I was starting to see Christmas stuff pop up, and not because of Christmas in July, but just like they were starting to put shit up then because they knew the supply chain issues and stuff. And I was just like, really? But yeah, it definitely bonds. Grows society has kind of grown to expect gifts because it becomes an emotionally tied experience. Yeah. Yeah, and Starlet, definitely, I agree. Making gifts for people, doing nice things, or cooking for people, that is my love language. That's always nice to hear. And I hope that you guys take care of yourselves this holiday season, whether that be, staying in, seeing your pod family, or doing things that make you have a better wellness. It's been a hard few years, so definitely please take care of yourselves so that next year you guys can return happy and smiley and full of love.
Yeah, I think it's time to kind of wrap up the show now. And let me pull this little classic doohickey out. Figured I'd pull something from Digimon. I think this is from Digimon Frontier. So, this is it. End of the list. We're done for the year. We're going to probably spend the next 2-3 weeks resting, recharging, doing other things. I know I have stuff to do while I'm home from work. Mako-chan has stuff to do for her move. Ichigo is continuing to plot world domination from her basement as she sells stuff. And Koi is continuing to train future soldiers to take her share of the world domination as we speak. So, you know. So, Anywho, if you like what you heard, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers and independent podcasters. We do this for the fun of it. So what we tell you what we like and don't like, that's basically is it. So that's who we are. If you have any ideas, thoughts, or you want to reach out to us, podcast at animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast at animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Don't forget to check out our website at animejamsession.com, or we have our weekly podcast, links to our YouTube videos, links to our Facebook photo galleries, cosplay tips and tricks, cosplayer interviews, convention reports, anime reviews, editorials, so much more, all at animejamsession.com. And don't forget to check out the various podcasting sites like Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Google Podcast, TuneIn Radio, any of those apps that you use for listening to podcasts. We have over 500 episodes for you to check out, so go definitely check them out. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. It's all Anime Jam Session. And don't forget, every episode of Anime Jam Session from this year is available on our YouTube page at youtube.com/animejamsession. Let's see, what else do we have here? And don't forget the tip jar. Y'all were amazing earlier, and I really can't thank y'all enough. That was really appreciative. I just love that. So if you want to be in on the fun, there's links below to our Stream Elements and Ko-Fi if you want to donate that way, or you can just throw bits at us. We appreciate that. And if you're a streamer, you see us on host us. We appreciate that. We spread the good word of what we do and some of the chaos and anime debauchery, I suppose. You know.
I hear kitty.
Yes, we do. Hold on here. I'm still trying to I gotta send this moderator my Steam purchase history, so I don't, because somehow my account got flagged for fraudulent purchases or something like that. So they're working on clearing that up. So now we're gonna go around the room. Last words, Mako-chan.
Tomorrow morning is gonna suck. But I get free lunch.
Last words, Ichigo.
Yeah, it's been a time. We'll see you next year.
Last words, Koi. Oh God.
Appropriate behavior.
Bye.
My last words. I'm probably going to be up late watching more episodes of Knight Rider. I don't know why, just because I like the show and I grew up on it. So, you know. Well, let's see. What else do we have here? And I think that is it. I think that's basically is it. So, like I said, this is our last episode of the year. We're going to relax and do some other things. All we're asking is mask up, vax up, be kind to each other, and chill with the bullshit. So, I'm Ranma.
I'm Mako-chan.
I'm IchigoGami.
And I'm a pain in the ass.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. But you're a lovable pain
And
in
we
the
love
ass.
you. And that was Koi. Great fight, great night. See you next week. Nobody else want to say goodbye?
Joyeux Noël!
Bye.
You say Joyous Noel. They say Feliz Navidad. I've seen that meme. I shared it, so. Say Merry Christmas, Mako-chan.
Merry Christmas.
There we go. That's it. We're out of here. See you all next year.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!